Welcome to day one of skill one. We are learning how to multiply a whole number by a fraction and also solve related story problems. So I made this kind of tracker that I hope will simplify things for everybody and help me understand what you're working on and how I can best help you. So it'll say what day you're on and what you should be doing. Yours might look a little different because I think I put an IXL strand in for this too, because this video is not very long. And then keep track. How are you doing? Did you do it? And you'll be turning in the packets to me every day so that I can kind of look through to see how things are going. So for today, it's watching this video about discussing strategies, and then also you'll be doing some IXL practice as well. So the first page you have there, it says discussing strategies module 1 session 2. That's the page you'll be using. Your page at the end will look a lot like mine, so you'll need to be taking notes and writing down the different strategies we're going to go over. So first up, we're looking at when we have a unit fraction. So unit fraction, hopefully you know, is any fraction that has this numerator here, the top number. So when the top number is 1. So remember, when we have the fraction, we have our numerator, we have our denominator. And so when this numerator is 1, that's when we could consider that a unit fraction. And so if we're looking at this problem 5 times 1/4, one thing that we can do is use repeated addition, because multiplication is repeated addition. So we can say that 5 times 1/4 is the same as 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. And how does that work? Well, remember, when our denominator is the same, when they're equal, then we can just add the numerators together. I'm gonna sneeze. So now we're going to add those numerators together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times 1/4 equals 5/4. Another way that we can go about solving these types of problems is making the problem easier, chunking, just like we do with any other math. So we take that whole number, or whatever number that we have, and we split it into pieces that make our calculations simpler. So what would that look like? We have 5 times 1/4. So that's the same thing as 4 times 1/4 plus 1 times 1/4. So 4 times 1/4, or 1/4 of 4, that's going to get us 1, and then we're going to add 1/4 to it to give us 1 and 1/4. And now you're saying, but Mr. Light, that's a different answer. 5/4 and 1 1/4. It's the same thing. When we talk about 1 whole, when it comes to fourths, that's 4/4, and then we have 1/4 left over, or not left over, but over there, that's 5/4. So same thing, same answer. And then we can also understand 1/4. So if ever we have a 1/4 available, we can do one of the things we can do in our brain there is go, I can do half and half again. And again, any number, it doesn't matter if it's odd or even. Obviously, even numbers can be simpler to do, but we can still do odd numbers. So 5 times 1/4 is the same as 5 divided by 2, and then the whole thing divided by 2 again. So 5 divided by 2 is 2 1/2. And then we divide that by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1/2 divided by 2, or split in half, is 1/4. So again, we have 1 and 1/4. So again, when we have unit fractions, these are the 3 different strategies that we can do. If you have not written these down yet, you should. When I look at this piece of paper, I will be expecting to see all of these. And more importantly, you'll have this piece of paper with you as you're working on problems in the rest of the unit. So a very useful thing to have. All right, now let's look to see when we're using common fractions or non-unit fractions. Fractions that, when we're looking at that numerator and the denominator, this number up here is not 1, it's some other number. So here we're going to look at 3 times 4/5. Well, one thing that we can do is do something, or change our understand that this common fraction is actually a unit fraction a few times over, and then use that information. So we could say that 3 times 4/5 is the same as 3 times 1/5 times 4, right? Because there's 4 sets of 1/5 and 3/5. So here, 3 times 1/5, repeated addition, 1, 2, 3. So we have 3/5 times 4. And then that's going to give us, so we have that 3/5 times 4, which is 3/5 plus 3/5 plus 3/5, and 1 more. So we have 3, 6, 9, 12/5. And the other thing we can do is use repeated addition. And so if I have 3 times 4/5, I can do 4/5 3 times to get me 12/5. All right, so now you have some strategies that you can use to help yourself understand how to multiply whole numbers by either unit fractions or common fractions. Go ahead and practice on that IXL strand I have in Classroom right under this video. Bye.